Okay, so fine. As we had already explained to you all, the exam will be conducted by a question paper. So this time we will not be implementing Moodle because we have faced a lot of problems. Earlier also we have seen this problem. So we are avoiding Moodle completely for external examinations, and you will not even have access to internet or your mobile phones, and all the computers have been formatted cleanly, so all the old files will also not be available in any of the systems. Okay, I want you all to be clear about this. So when you come for internal examinations, at the door we will check your record book and observation book. We should carry both observation book as well as record book. Okay, record book index must be completely signed, and your certificate should carry the signature of internal examiner. Okay, internal examiner is a must. If you carry the signature of HOD also, it is well and good. Okay, but you must minimum carry the signature of internal examiner. Index must be complete, minimum 40 sheets you must have got it corrected. If I have suggested you to make corrections and take a reprint, you must include those new prints also. Okay, and come to the lab. So as I told, at the door we will check whether you have the observation book and whether you have a lab record. If you don't have lab record, we will not take you inside. Fine. If you don't have observation book, you will have to wait till the end, till everyone who has brought everything will be allowed first. First preference will be given to those who come on time and those who bring all the required documents in the prescribed format. Okay, after everyone has entered and settled down, then we will see the students who brought the record but missed the observation. After this, finally we will take students who are who didn't bring record or observation book. Fine. So we will try to discourage them, because this being the external examination, we are not supposed to allow students without any record book. Okay, so if you don't bring record book, it will be very difficult. You may have to go back, take the permission of HOD, you may have to write a letter, take the permission from HOD, and this will waste a lot of your time. So please make sure that you carry your completed record which is corrected and signed by internal examiner. Also try to get it signed from your HOD. Okay, so this much you should do. This should happen at the entry level itself. As soon as you come inside, you will be given a printout of the question paper, and the question paper format I have already told. There will be two parts in the question paper. Part A will carry 4 to 5 questions. You have to answer all those questions. You have to answer all the questions. And part B will carry up to 6 questions. Okay, and if any question is very simple, like projection of points is very simple. Okay, so if there is a question as simple as projection of points, it will be paired with one more question as bits, A bit and B bit. Okay, so when a question is having A bit and B bit, you have to solve all the bits for that particular question. If a question is a single question, like for example projection of solids or projection of planes, then you will have to solve that question. That is a single question. Okay, so that is about the format. Any doubts with this? I hope the format is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so those who joined late, they can go back to the YouTube video. It is live streamed. Link to this YouTube video also I will provide it on the, okay, so I'm providing it on your WhatsApp group. Okay, actually I had provided it before itself, just a few minutes back. So the video which you liked, the same is the link where it is being live streamed. So if you have joined late, if you missed some of the explanation, you can go back to that video and check it out. So what is the next question? you have these questions, you can put the message on WhatsApp group. You can also post it in the comment section on the YouTube, and one by one I will take those doubts and clarify. You can also unmute yourself and ask the question through the sound. That also I will try to clear.
Sir, about the observation.
There is a background noise coming. If
Sir,
you're
about the observation, sir.
Yes,
Like we didn't actually maintain proper like actual observation with neat
I
diagrams and all
I
that.
I kept telling you that
Ah, sir.
observation.
No, sir. The point is observation is there actually, but the work inside the observation is not
No
actually
problem.
like
No
this.
problem. No problem. I have
Okay.
already told multiple times in the class that observation book is supposed to be for your understanding.
Okay,
Correct.
sir. Okay. So
So
like only.
if you are able to explain what is there in it, that is enough.
Okay,
Okay.
sir. Got it.
If we find that an observation book is very untidy, at best what we will do is we will call that student and ask him, explain this what you have written. If that student is able to explain what he has written, that will be accepted as correct, fully correct. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
But when it comes to record, you must write it legibly, neatly, formally. Okay. And what you have to write in the record, that also I have explained multiple times. In fact, I hope there is no doubt with that. So what's the next question? Let's see if somebody has. Okay, observations question mark. So how do the twisted problem on projection of line with lengths given and number of. Okay, so let me clarify one thing here. While practicing, lots of inputs you were asked to measure and feed it. Okay, almost every possible value I had asked you to measure it in the drawing and fill it. But in the external examination, you will not be asked about all the values. Okay, in the external examination, you will not be asked about all the values. Read the question clearly. Read the question clearly. Okay, and whatever is asked in the question, only those values you have to measure and find out. Okay, measure and write it in your answer booklet. Because Moodle is not being used, you don't have to enter those values in the Moodle. You just have to write those values in your answer booklet. Okay, and after solving your solution in AutoCAD file, you have to now save it as a drawing file. That drawing file will be taken for printout, and directly from the AutoCAD file printout will be given. Okay, so next I think there is a question in comments. Sir, you told 18 programs are enough in record book. 18 programs. Oh. Are you confused about which lab you are attending? 18 programs was enough for the internal examinations. 18 programs were enough, not programs, actually 18 programs, problems. 18 problems were enough for first mid examinations. Now you're attempting the external examination, which should have, wherein you should have, your record should have all the problems that we have solved till now. And maximum problems till now has gone up to 45 problems. Okay, maximum 45, minimum is 40. Minimum is 40. Okay, 40 to 43. Okay, no problem. Between 40 and 45, you can have any number. That is accepted as correct. Okay. So, no more doubts in here. On WhatsApp group also, there are no more doubts. I have solved.
Sir, how many marks for Viva?
Viva, okay. So, marks distribution, total marks for external examinations will be 60 marks. Total 60 marks will be there for external examinations. And out of those 60 marks, so total marks are 60. Total marks are 60. Out of this, solutions and prints. Solution and prints will carry 30 marks. Okay. I will prepare a question paper which carries 30 marks for you. Total marks, of course, are 60 marks. For Viva, we will take anywhere between, let's go with 15 marks for Viva. Then record will carry around 10 marks. Record will carry around 10 marks. 10 marks for Viva. And Moodle will carry 10 marks. Okay. So this is how we will do the distribution of marks in external examinations.
So what is the pass mark of external?
50%. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so there is one more doubt in the comments section here. What about ellipse, rectangle? Is it important? Yes, it is important. Okay, so whatever methods we have, so whatever problems we have solved in the class, all those problems are important, fine. But I may not ask you to solve the full problem, fine. I may solve you to ask only a part of the problem. So read the question carefully, what I am asking. Only that much if you do, you will get full marks. Okay. Next question. So my question was in Google, in projection of lines, twisted problem. So twisted problem, I have explained it in detail in the yesterday's stream. You can check out that stream. Okay. You will get the full explanation for twisted problem. Okay. Then two types of questions are being given out. One in which we are given angles to both HPVP. Acha, you are talking about inclined to both planes. Okay. So you see the twisted problems, when the line is inclined to both the planes, it can have around 20,000 different combinations. 20,000 different combinations. Fine. So any 5 inputs will be given to you. Any of the 5 inputs will be given to you. Using that as a puzzle, just like you solve a puzzle, now some information will be given to you for solving a puzzle. Using that information, you should complete the full, whatever unknown is there, you must be able to complete it with that given information. So it's like that. I have told this before also. I think I had recorded a complete video on this topic as well. Okay, so you can check that video out. Let's see if you are able to find that topic. So go to the channel first. On the channel, go to videos, and there somewhere you will have projection of lines problems. You can just quickly search here, search for line. Okay, projection of lines. So okay, so here this is the explanation. Okay, so this link also I will provide it on your WhatsApp group. So if you watch this video carefully, you will understand how to solve any problem on projection of lines. No matter what data is given, it will explain to you how you will be able to solve it. So this question, I hope it is clear. Afnan, is it clear?
Sir, in Viva, how they will ask the questions? Example, can you give some type of questions like?
Yeah, see, Viva will be asked by an external examination, right? Examiner. So every external examiner has a different style of teaching, and he will ask it from his point of view. Okay. So for the entire question bank on Moodle for a remember and understand level, that is supposed to give an idea about Viva. I have been telling you this since the beginning, and I'm just repeating it once again. So to get an idea about what type of questions will be asked in Viva, just solve the remember and understand level quizzes. Even if you have passed it with full marks, try to attempt it some more times. Okay, that is my suggestion.
So understanding level and remember level is enough for Viva, sir.
I think it should be enough. Fine, should be enough.
Okay, sir.
At the end of the day, I'll tell you it's up to the examiner, up to the external examiner. Okay. But usually what happens is every examiner starts with basic questions. Every examiner starts with basic question. Even when you go for an interview, they will first ask you a few basic questions, very very fundamental questions for which there is no in-depth knowledge required from the subject. Okay. If you answer that basic question correctly, then they will slowly start asking you about more in-depth kind of questions. Okay. And most of the times what will happen is these deeper questions will depend on how you answer the previous question. Okay. And they will go on increasing the difficulty of the questions, and the more number of questions you solve, the more marks you will get. That is how Viva will be going on. Okay.
Sir, how many questions they will ask?
There is no limit, man. He can ask one or two questions and say goodbye, or he can take 1 full hour for each student. It's up to the examiner. So we don't have any we cannot tell the external examiner to stop at 2 or 3 questions, or we cannot force him to conduct it for a longer period. It's all dependent on the external examiner. Okay. So that is something which is completely in dark.
So what is the time limit for solving the problems?
Okay, so if you remove the time required for coming in and settling down, you will get minimum 2 hours. Okay, so within the 2 hours you should be able to solve the entire problems, and after 2 hours you should leave enough time to complete the write-up work also. Write-up work means aim, specifications I told na, hardware software you have to write down, which Windows version, which one you are using, AutoCAD which version you are using. When it comes to hardware, you should write RAM, how much space is there in your hard disk, what is the processor that you're using. If there is a graphic card, you can include details of the graphic card as well. All those things also you have to write down. So try to keep 2 hours for solving in AutoCAD. Okay, after 2 hours definitely you should come back and try to do the write-up work. Okay. So Mafia Killer. Okay. So sir, what should we study for Viva? I told it, you should try to solve those questions on remember and understand level. Next question from Afnan Arwar. That was projection of lines. I think the question is incomplete. We'll leave that. Yasir Hussain, what should we study for Viva? Again the same question. I've already answered that. Siddharth Khanam, sir, how many questions we have to attend in total? So part A, all questions you have to attempt. Part B, you have to solve 3 questions. Part B, you have to solve in AutoCAD. Part A, you just have to write it down. That's it.
Sir, in part A, they'll give options like if they are given in volume, or you have to answer like
All questions you have to answer because they are short answers. Okay. So no option will be given. Okay. Okay, next question. How many questions we have to answer? So part A all answers and part B three questions. Afnan, okay, sir, can you revise conics? Cycloids are not there in syllabus now, don't worry about this. Okay, because I didn't complete the topic. It was, I had left it to your interest. So someone is we are getting some noise in the background. So if you have to ask the question, you can unmute yourself, more than welcome. But if you just want to listen, just keep yourself muted because some background noise is coming. It's disturbing. Then cycloids are not there, of course. No cycloids. Relax, you can relax. Yasser, what type of simple question external will ask, sir? Sample, I think he going to ask. So he may ask you, what are the symbols used for first angle and third angle projection? What is the difference between third angle and first first angle projection? Why don't we use second angle projection and fourth angle projection? If I give you a plane is appearing as a line in one view. In which view will you see the true shape? Okay, if we are viewing it as a vertical line, then true shape where it will appear. If it is appearing as a horizontal line, where the true shape will be visible. Okay, then he may ask you about conventions. Convention means where which type of lines should be shown with dark lines with higher thickness, what kind of lines should be shown with dashed lines, what kind of lines should be shown with axis lines, and all such questions can also be asked. Okay, so these are some of the sample questions which external examiner may ask, and these questions are there, fine, much more than these questions are there in remember and understand level quizzes that we have set up. Okay, again the same questions here. Please don't ask the same questions. If you have joined late, you can go back and check out the stream link. Okay, let us see, there are some comments here. Can we bring the correction tomorrow? Those who bring for correction tomorrow, they will be allowed in at the last. First we will allow the students who are coming on time with full correction. Later we will see what to do with students who are late or those who are bringing for correction tomorrow. Okay,
So in part A, we will have multiple choice for each question.
Part A, no, it won't be objective this time. Okay.
Okay, we should write like an answer, small answer.
Small answer. 1 or 2 sentences we can write on that. Okay. So paper questions will be like internal one. Internal one you had done in completely on Moodle. And I told you the questions will be a little simpler when compared to Moodle, because I will not ask you to measure all the values. I may ask you to measure only a few values, or I may ask you to solve only a part of the question. So look at the question carefully, read the question carefully. First identify what is asked in the question and solve only that much, because time is limited. Within 2 hours you have to solve all the questions. Okay, so first complete only that which is asked in the question paper. Don't try to do extra. Once you have done all minimum 3 questions, once you have completed, then it's your choice. Fine, you can go for completing the write-up, and once write-up is also complete, you can come back and solve some extra problems as well. That's completely up to you. Okay. Any other question? Incomplete record solution. What is this question, Mani Reddy? Incomplete record solution.
Sir, will everyone get same questions?
That's a question which I should not answer at this point. Okay.
You can help innocent.
I'll see who is innocent. Innocent is the one who has tried his best, still hasn't been able to get it. Okay. But one who has not even tried, I will not consider him as innocent. Okay. He is a culprit for me.
So I am innocent, sir.
Okay. I'll see. Any other questions?
Do we get tomorrow easy question paper?
I told you now. I told you. Questions I have simplified a little because time limit is there. So I will not be asking you to find out almost each and everything that I have asked in the Moodle. Okay? Only a few things I will be asking. Like in projection of lines, for example, I have asked you the inclinations, inclination of front view, inclination of top view, then actual inclinations, apparent length, the front view length, the top view length, all these things I have asked. Hai na? But in tomorrow's exam, I may not ask you to measure each and everything. I may ask you only apparent inclination of front view. Only the front view length and apparent inclination of front view. Only these 2 things I may ask. So if I am asking only these 2 things, Only those two values you have to find and write it. But the diagram should be complete. Diagram should be complete, and whatever values I'm asking you to measure, only those values you have to measure and write it down. Okay.
Sir, what about records that are half completed, like 30 page, only 30 problems are done?
So depending on how many problems are missing, we will cut marks. And I already told you the distribution of marks. 10 marks are given for record book. So out of those 10 marks, some marks you will lose. Depending on how much is incomplete, you will lose the marks. Okay.
Sir, 40 problems are enough for record, sir.
Sorry.
40 problems are enough for record.
Yeah, 40 are enough.
So observation has marks, sir.
Observation will give you a better impression, and impression will help you wherever you get stuck.
Sir, and one more thing, sir. Sir, we wrote the internal exam, right? So what about those marks?
Those marks will go into internal exam marks.
So those will be considered in the 40 marks.
Yeah, those will be for 40 marks separately. External exam 60 marks. So total internal plus external will be 100 marks.
Okay, sir. And total, how much is the passing, sir?
I told now 50%.
50% total. Okay.
In total, internal also 50%, external also 50%.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir, what should be written in the observation, sir?
Observation.
Like the diagrams of all we drawn, all the problems diagrams should be there.
In observation book, you should be able to understand your observation. Okay. That is the only requirement for observation book. How you write, where you write, it's all up to you. Okay.
Okay. Yes, sir.
So if I open your observation book and if I don't understand anything, I will call you and I will ask you, show me the notes for projection of planes. You should be able to open and show me the notes. If I don't understand what you have written, I will point on the book and ask you what you have written. If you are able to explain that, then your observation book is accepted. Okay.
Yes, sir.
But if you are unable to explain your own handwriting, what you have written in your book, then it is not accepted. Okay.
Sir, can you just revise what we have to write in the records, sir?
Yeah, so many times I've revised it.
One last time, sir.
One last time. So if you check up this WhatsApp messages, if you check up, I had given you a list of some main topics, right?
Yes, sir.
Main topics list I had given. Where is it? Where did it go?
Sir, is written part necessary in records?
Written part I told now, only for the main topics. Main topic means for all the conics, write it once. For all the involutes, write it once. For all the projection of points, write it once. Yeah, here it is. So Mani Reddy has again sent the list of topics. Okay. Okay, these are topics for external lab exams. This is not the one I'm talking about. Okay. This is for questions. Questions will be asked in these 6 groups. For record purpose, I had given a list of main topics like projection of points, one topic, projection of planes, complete projection of planes, one topic, complete 8 problems for conversion of isometric to orthographic. That whole topic is considered as one. So like this, for each full topic, you have to do the write-up. And in the write-up, you have to write aim, you have to write specifications, and then followed by commands, what commands you have used, and the outputs or conclusions. In the conclusions, you have to write down whatever measurements you have made in the AutoCAD drawing. Okay.
Sir, the specifications of the lab computers, sir.
Yes, of course.
So actually, we don't know the specifications
You can
of the
just
lab
right click
computer.
on the my computer, you will get complete specifications. Okay, so this is
Yeah,
my,
but on the lab computer, sir, the computers used in our lab.
yes, lab will also have this computer, no? So this PC, right click, go to properties, and okay, this is Windows 10, so it is displaying like this. So you can see here, this is my processor, right? Can you see this? So this is my processor. Then I have a RAM of 8 GB. Then okay, this is the operating system, 64-bit operating system. So this data you must copy and put it in specifications. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Any more doubts? Yeah, the records which you have kept yesterday, they have been corrected. You can collect in the morning. Okay. Yes, someone was asking.
Sir, are the questions which we have done till now enough for external?
Of course, I will not ask you from topics which are not covered. Like sections of solids, we didn't cover. You will not get from that. Okay. And conversion of orthographic to isometric, also we didn't cover. You will not get from that. Happy?
Sir, one more question, sir. Sir,
Sir, can we bring our own laptops?
One by one, yeah, one by one. Your own
Sir,
laptop will not be allowed because all the systems have been formatted neatly, cleanly, and only half the students will be attempting at any given point of time. So you will not be allowed to bring your own laptop. Okay. Yeah, next question.
sir, the topics for externals which you sent, the first option is like 4 topics in the first option. So that means that you will give 4 questions in the
No, no, no,
first.
no, 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 no. Out of that, one question I will give. No. Difficulty level, I
Okay.
understand how much can be completed in 2 hours. Accordingly, I will adjust.
Okay, sir.
In the
Thank you, sir.
mid, but in the mid exam, what happened was one question was on scales, and that was a very, very easy question, right?
Yes, sir.
You didn't even need 5 minutes to complete it. So that makes
Yes, sir.
that mistake I will rectify this time. So if I am giving a problem on scales, I will attach one more question with that. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Sir, the question paper will be same for second session students.
Why will it be? Hmm?
Yes, sir, that will be not fair.
Yeah, that won't be fair. I know that. Okay. Okay. So Sidra Khanam, sir, are scales problems in simple or complex? What do you mean scale problems, simple, complex? Scales, there are only 2 scales which we covered. One is the plane scale, the second one is diagonal scale. Correct. So one of those questions will be asked, either plane scale or diagonal scale.
Sir, if only half record is completed, then will we be allowed inside the lab or still we have to stand outside?
You will be allowed at the end. Once everyone
At
who
the
is,
end?
yeah,
Even if the record is half completed?
yeah, half complete is half complete, no? If it is not signed, if it is half complete, index is not there, all such problems we will make you wait till everyone who has completed first. We will allow them to sit down. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Sir, formals are necessary.
Are Baba, you consider this as an interview. Okay, take it as a rehearsal of your interview. Okay, after 4 years suddenly you will get up and tomorrow interview will be there. If you are not prepared, then you will end up making mistakes, right? So this lab exam itself, consider it as your interview. Let us say the external examiner who is coming, he is your boss. He is conducting your interview and you should try as much as possible to impress him. The first impression is of course the dressing, how you dress up, correct?
Yes, sir. First impression, last.
It's not the last, it's the best impression. Okay,
Yes, sir.
it's the best impression. You can change the first impression, but it takes a much longer time to change it. Okay, So try to make the best impression from the first impression.
Okay, sir.
Yes. Any other question? So related to RF, yes, Sidra, it will be related to RF. I may give you RF and ask you to draw the scale. I may give you two values, one drawing length and actual length, both I will give you. I may ask you to find the RF, that is representative fraction. If I give you the representative fraction, you have to find the drawing length. If I give you drawing length and actual length both, you have to find representative fraction. Again, it's up to the question. Read the question carefully and do what is asked in the question. That is how you should do it. Okay. Any other doubts?
Sir, I am not getting the twisted problem of projection of lines, sir.
Twisted problem, projection of lines. I have shared a link now, just now. Okay, so you see these are the main topics. In capital letters, whatever is given, scales, involutes, conics, 3D to 2D, projection of points. Okay, so for each main topic, you have to do the write-up in records. Okay, so who posted this? Yeah, Lucky Reddy, thank you. Then we have a question here. Do you want me to solve it? Data is given, draw the orthographic projections from the diagram, measure and find the results. So do you want me to solve this? 1 minute. Huh? Hello, hi. So do you want me to solve this, Shrikar?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's solve it. So let's copy paste the question here first. Can reduce the size a little, double click, whatever empty spaces are there, you can remove it. Okay, so let's see what the question is. Okay, let's go full screen. For a line PQ that is in first quadrant, data is given below. Draw its orthographic projections from the diagram, measure and fill the result which are asked below. So this is a modal question. A lot of things will be asked below. Yeah. So this is the data which is given. So first, of course, as usual, we have to start with XY line. Then we have to turn on. We have to turn on which option? The nearest option. Then at some point we have to take a line starting from XY line. So how much is it above? It is 8 mm above. So take a line which is 8 mm from XY, and then from XY we need to take 9 mm in front. In front means it will go below XY line. So what are the points? For points we have to take the legend. Explode should be on. Let's keep it here. This point, copy paste. So this here is the front view. So small p dash is the front view. Small p is the top view. Then true length of the line is given, that is 98 mm. Front view length has been given, that is 52 mm. And apparent inclination of final front view is also given. So front view length and its inclination both are given to us. So we can directly draw the front view length. How to draw front view length? This option, what is this called? Dynamic input option should be on. Take line command, and ortho should be turned off. Now we are getting length as well as angle, both. Fine. So front view length is 52. So type 52, then press tab. Now 52 length has got fixed. Angle is changing. Angle of the final front view is 76. Again press tab. So now you can see both the length and angle both have been fixed. So click. So this is my final front view. This is your final front view. Final front view means this line will be dark. This line will be dark. And what is the point on the other side? On the other side we will get front view of the second sorry On the other end, we will get front view of the second end, that is Q dash. Next, we know that if you take a locus from here, on this line somewhere, we will get the true length from P dash, correct? So draw a circle with this point as center. True length is 98 mm. So draw a circle of 98 mm. Extend this line up to here. So we will get a point here. What is this point? Anyone? What is this point? It is temporary point. It is the temporary point. So let us say it is the first temporary point. So the line that we get here, what is this line? This is the true length. This is the true length. Okay. So this much information is given to us in the question. So let us just show what information is given. So this length is given here, and this length is given here. Let's place this in an empty space over here. Then what other length is given? Front view length is given. True length is given. Let's keep it somewhere here. Then inclination of the front view is given. Okay. So let's move this a little side like this. Okay. So this is the data which is given to us. This is the data that is given to us. So try to keep these texts at places where they don't overlap with anything else. So now this information must be used to complete the remaining diagram. So how to complete it? We know that if you take a straight line from here, so first we have to turn off the nearest. Take a line from here. Ortho should be turned on. And take point from here. So this point that we get here, someone is joining so late. Okay, so we got this point here. So what is this point? What is this point? We are getting a straight line from Q1 dash. So this is the top view of the temporary point Q1. This is the top view of the temporary point Q1. Okay, so this length is the top view length. This length is the top view length. Where we should get the top view length? We should get top view length on this line. So let us rotate this line. Top
view of Q.
Yes. So when you rotate this point, you will get a final point. This is not a temporary point. This is the final top view of the second end point. So this line should also be dark, na? This is the final top view. So final front view, final top view, true length, everything is found. Now finally, if you want to find inclination with VP, actual inclination with VP, you have to take a locus from here. On this locus, what we will get? True length. We will get the true length. What is the true length? Again, it is 98. So 98. So this is where it is intersecting. So what is this point? Anyone? What is this point? This is the top view of second temporary point. So this will be inclined at true inclination. Okay. So this point is the front view of Q2. So this will be Q2 dash. So this is the solution. Okay. If you want to continue and go ahead with the side view, you have to draw x1 y1 line. You have to extend this up to here. You have to take an arc here. Okay. Extend it Okay, then trim it. Fine. Now Q point is coming over here, and Q point is also coming from here. These two should intersect. So where do they intersect? What is this point? This point is Q double dash. This point is Q double dash. Next, how to find the point P? For point P, we have to take a straight line from P, then O enter, T enter from here, and then take another point, another line from this point P dash, from this point another line. So this point is what point? The side view of P. Side view of P is P double dash. If you join this with this, we will get the final side view. Final side view should also be dark. Okay. Any more questions? Is this clear? This is the solution. Now from this, whatever is asked, you can find it. So what is the inclination with HP? If you are asked what is the inclination with HP, which angle we should measure? This angle with XY. So this is the inclination with HP. If you are asked what is the inclination with VP, inclination with VP will be this line. Okay. If you are asked what is the distance of Q, one by one I'll cover. Once I'm done, you can ask the next question. So if you are asked what is the distance of point Q from VP, if you are asked what is the distance of point Q from VP, you have to take from XY up to this point, from XY line up to Q point. If you are asked what is the distance of Q from HP, that distance will be from XY up to this point. Okay, so this is the distance of Q from HP. So like that, what is asked in the question, read it carefully, make that measurement and write it in the conclusion. Okay. Yeah, any more doubts? Okay, so one question is coming here from Mohammed Khan. What if we are iOS user? You don't have to worry about that because you will be using college system. Okay, and whether it is iOS AutoCAD or Windows AutoCAD, I hope that the same buttons are there in both operating systems, and the usage is more or less the same. Okay, usage of whether it is Mac or Windows, usage is same, by the way. Okay, so you should be able to solve both ways. So Mohammed Khan, is it clear? So any more doubts? We still have around 8 minutes. See in your WhatsApp. Where does this point lie? In HP and in front of VP. So if it is in HP, that means it is between the quadrants. It is not in any of the quadrants. It is in HP, means it is in HP in front of VP. That means it is.
Sir,
Ama?
sir, if all lengths are given, like true length is given, front view length is given, top view length is given, how should we do it? Like you have to draw circles, right? Can you explain the starting part?
Okay, so starting part, if front view length, top view length and true length are given. So first, as usual, you have to start by nearest point. First you have to mark this point. Okay, I'm not taking the measurements. So let us say this is the front view length and this is the top view length. Okay, front view length you must draw as horizontal above XY. Top view length you must draw as horizontal below XY. Okay, is this clear? So front view length FVL and this is top view length TVL. After this, you have to take a straight line here, and you have to draw true length, circle of true length radius over here. Let us say this is the true length of the circle. So then the point that we get here, that is what we need. So let us just mark all these points. So this is the front view of the first point, A dash. This is the top view of the first point, that is A. Now this one is a temporary first point of the second point. So what is this point? This point should be B1 dash. This point should be B1 dash. And what about this other point? This point is secondary point, top view of the secondary point. This is the second temporary point. Okay. And what is this point? This is the front view of second temporary point. So this is B dash. Okay. So once the true length is drawn, you can remove this circle. So if I join this point, if I join here, this is the true length, this is the front view length, but front view length should have its end point on this line. This is called locus. So draw a circle from here, this is meeting there. So this is my final front view. Clear? Same way, so this arc we need only between these two lines. So let us trim the outer side. Same way, now you have to draw this one here. Okay, so in order to draw that, first I have to take a line from here straight. On this we will get the true length. What is the true length? True length is here. If you are given a length, you can take the length. I don't remember the length because I just gave it randomly. So I'll just take this circle, same radius I'll take here, and I will extend this. This point that I get here is so that point is B1. Okay. The same way, now that we have got the true length, we can delete the circle. You have to draw a locus here, then you have to draw a circle here. So this point is the final top view. Okay, once again we need line with that arc, we need only between these two lines, trim the other part. Finally, to check whether our question is whether our solution is correct or not, we have to draw a vertical line. So B dash and B both should be located on the same vertical line. Is it clear? So I hope the process is completely understood. I didn't take any specific measurements. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So here there is one question: where does this point lie in HP and in front of VP? So if it is above HP in front of VP, it is first quadrant. If it is below HP in front of VP, that is fourth quadrant. But this one is exactly on HP. That means it is exactly in between first quadrant and fourth quadrant. The point is at the intersection of first quadrant and fourth quadrant. That is the answer. Okay. Is it clear? Okay, so just have 2 more minutes. If you have any other questions, ask it fast. If you don't have any questions, you can leave the session, and once no one is there in the session, I will stop. Okay, so some more questions have been coming here. So can you please give an example of question and how we can solve when RF is given in the scale? So when RF is given, you just have to do the calculation. Pick up your pen and start doing the calculation. Let me give you some quick examples. Okay. So can anyone tell me what is the formula for RF? What is the formula for RF? RF is equal to drawing length by actual length, correct? Drawing length by actual length. So if you are given drawing length and actual length, for example, actually suppose the distance is 12 meters, but it is represented by a length, let us say 5 centimeters. Then drawing length 5 centimeters by actual length is 12 meters. Okay. So now meter and meter will cancel out. We are just left with centi. What is centi? Centi means 1 by century. Centi means 1 by century. Century means 100 now. So that centi will be transformed into 1 by 100. So 100 will be multiplied in the bottom side. And 5, 20. So 1 by 240. So here the RF value is 1 is to 240. So this is how you need to do the RF calculations. Now let us say you are asked to find the drawing length of a larger value, let's say 36 meters. So 36 meters equal to how much? So for this we know the actual length AL, actual length is 36 meters, drawing length DL we are supposed to find. Once again use the RF formula. RF is equal to drawing length by actual length. So substitute whatever values you know. So we just calculated the value of RF, right? So this value of RF we can substitute over here. When we substitute RF value, we get 1 by 240. That's equal to drawing length, that is DL, divided by AL, that is actual length. Actual length is given as 36 meters. So this implies that the drawing length, what will happen? This will cross multiply now. So 36 meters divided by 240. So this, if you simplify with the calculator, you will get the answer. So you can carry your scientific calculator with you if you have a scientific calculator, or you can use a calculator which is available in Windows. Okay, for such simple calculations you can use this, right? 36 divided by 240, the answer is 0.15, and here the unit is meter. The drawing length is 0.5 meters. Now if you want to convert this into centimeters, then you have to multiply this with 100, because 1 meter is 100 centimeters. Okay, so 1 meter is 100 centimeters. Therefore the drawing length will be 0.15 into 100, that is 15 centimeters. So this is how you can do the calculations. Is it clear? I hope I have solved that problem of yours. Let's see if there are any more doubts. Okay, example of RF is over. Are problems this complex in external too? No, they are not that much complex. Will modal percentage and marks be checked too? Yes, I may check. If I get a doubt that you have not solved it correctly, I may check it. Sir, are the scale problems given simple complex? Again the same problem, same question they are asking. Line problems this complex? No. Line problems are not that complex. I will not ask you to measure all the inputs, only some inputs I will ask you to measure. So read the question carefully and solve it. That's it. Any other questions?
No,
Okay, so if you don't have any questions, you can leave. You can leave the session. I'll stay back for
Sir,
5.
how many marks should we have to be in modal, like grade?
Grade, we fix a minimum value. Like for B section students, the
We
value.
only B section students, sir.
Yeah, so your B section students, maximum marks for you, I will fix it at 500. Okay, and whatever is your grade, I will divide that by 500 and multiply with 10. Or I'll just divide your grade by 50. I will divide your grade by 50, and whatever marks I get, that will become your Moodle marks. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Any other doubts? Let's check your grade as well. Your B section grades. And internet is slow. It's not loading. Okay. So let's go to grades. Check out the B section grade. What is the maximum value? Okay. B section. You can see maximum 500 two students have crossed. So those who are having 500 or more will get full 10 marks. Those who are having little less than that, I will just divide it by 50. I'll just divide by 50. Whatever is the value I get, that will become your marks. Okay.
Sir, what did you say?
Like for example, like say Syed Salman, he has got 303 marks. So what I will do, I'll take his marks. Okay, 303 divided by 50. So out of 10, he will get 6 marks for model. Okay. Same way I will do calculation for everyone. The students who got more than 500 will get full marks 10. Students who got like a little less, they will lose marks. Like for example, this student here, Mirza Ali Beg, 444. So 444 divided by 50. So 8.88. So round that off to 9. So he will get 9 marks out of 10. So like that I will do the calculations. Okay. I hope it is clear. One question has appeared on YouTube channel. Sir, what about planes? Yes, you will get questions on planes. You will get pentagonal plane, hexagonal plane, square, triangle. Out of those, only one questions you will get. Only one question you will get. Which one? I cannot say. So practice all the questions. Be clear about which problem, how to solve those steps. That will be helpful to you. Okay. Fine. So we will stop here. There are no more questions appearing. So we will stop here. So I hope I have solved all your problems. All the best for the exam tomorrow. I hope you will come prepared with your record. And
Sir, is the model closed?
Moodle is still open. You can go back and solve the problems. Try to increase your marks. This is the last chance for you to improve your marks.
Yes, sir. What is the site of that model?
Same
I
site.
can't.
You don't know the site of Moodle?
No.
Okay, for your sake, I am posting it again in your WhatsApp group.
Sir, thank you so much.
Okay. I hope you remember your password.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I remember.
Don't tell it here. You can just use it.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So one last request, please complete this poll. Okay. So do you think Moodle will be helpful if it is implemented in other subjects as well? Okay, just give a genuine answer. If you are really benefited by Moodle in graphics, you can just say so. If you think it is not much useful in other subjects, you can just let me know. There is no hard and fast rule that it will be like that only or it will be like this only. Okay, just think for a while and give your genuine feedback. Based on this feedback, I'll try to recommend Moodle for other subjects also. Okay, if more students are giving positive feedback on this, we will try to implement Moodle in other subjects also. Okay, with this I will stop here and see you in the exam hall tomorrow. Bye.